All right, it's Tuesday, June 18th, 2024, a day before Juneteenth. I've taken the day off. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and what a difference from the Windy Lanes day, or even the day with taking Dawn out to Rose Beach and CIBY, which was southwest but very strong, and then yesterday was even more insane southwest winds. So today's making up for it. It's only about 10:30 in the morning, and I am planning to go to Little Yarmouth. It's a perfect day for it. Tomorrow will be a little less ambitious. I will probably just do Goslings or Bangs or something close. And high tide was about an hour ago. It's a very moderate high, 7.5. But all good. See you in a bit. All right. Let's do this with the motor in high tide. All right. High-ish anyway. Piece of cake. But more importantly, I could just jump right in. All right. All right. Push off. Great. Oh no, a bunch of seaweed clumped up right here. If I start the motor now. All right, very strange. I had to swap to the other motor. I'm just surprised. That can't be really out of juice. And it doesn't look wet, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'll try charging it on the boat. But yeah, the winds it's not flat calm anymore. But other than that, all right, on to the Mamba. All right, trying out the cap mount. I wish there was a native DJI cap mount, because this one's, thanks to the nature of the clip and everything, it's a little heavier, adds to the weight. It's definitely more doable than the GoPro itself. All right, let's see. Everything is done except I haven't started the engines and done anything with the dull sweep yet. All right, very nice. Charge the battery just to see what it does. Just came off plane. It's tough to take shots, POV shots, when going on plane in terms of starting and stopping. The wind is just too strong. Anyway, just came off plane. Just let's do a little slow cruise. I'm in no rush today. Not even 11:30. Haskell Island. Just passing the number 3 can. And the Dolphin and Potts Point. Getting close to what's this called? Pinkham Island? Pond Island? No, Pond I think is on the other side. Yeah. Passing. What a beautiful day. Wide open. All right. Cribstone Bridge and rounding Cooks. Merryconiac Sound to my north and port side. Now rounding the number 12 Nun. And there's the Cribstone Bridge in all its glory. And Cooks. I might hang out a little closer to Cooks at the end. Okay, rounding the Cooks, getting a better picture of it. And this is that boat that gives rides. I had a close shave with this Lobster boat, clearing traps right within the bridge. So now I can probably go. I did see another pleasure boat, but it's a little further away. All right. Don't know about the current, so I'll gun it a bit. It's mid-tide. Oh no, those nuns and cans have all gotten destroyed. Those are the Oars Island homes. Look at that. The buoys are gone. So, okay, so I'm thinking I will clear this and then make it to the for the first time go to the giant stair section. I am near the giant stairs. I don't want to go too close, but yeah, the swells here get a lot worse. Literally just a mile up north it was very different, but oh my god, look at that. Some massive swells coming on an otherwise calm day. But yeah, That's the giant stairs. Yeah, those are the houses in the back. You can see the repaired house at the south end. Oh yeah, and I can see a bunch of people. Very nice. Still fighting some swells. The swells are pretty massive. Yeah, look at that. I'm getting a little closer. Maybe I'll go to the south end and then turn back. All the islands. Remarkably, Elm is still standing. Reached the foothills of Raspberry, South Raspberry. This is of course mid-tide, 12:15, and yeah, the intervening rocks just started showing up, but they're not particularly problematic yet. All right, I'm in the bay, and it is really a calm day. Good choice. It'll be nice and pleasant. Yeah, let me go a little further upstream. All right. Let's see what the tide is right now. All right, let's get the anchor going. All right. We gotta get a few of these things out of the way, and then we can reach the anchor. Very good. All right. I think that was a little too much of a splash, but it's okay. All right, very good. Okay, had a little faff with the anchoring. I think I got a little worried that I had come too close to the end of Upper Raspberry, so I picked the anchor up, didn't haul it all the way into the boat, but just picked it up and, you know, just went a tad further south. Here I am. It says 6.7. The depth didn't change much, so maybe this was not needed, but I was just worried that depending on the swing of the current and the tide, I would be too close to some of those boulders eventually. So here I am. As usual, beautiful day. What a beautiful setting. And yeah. It's only about 12, what time is it? 12:30. So I have plenty of time. Yeah, on a day like this, the backlight would be perfect. All right. I'll take my time. But that middle ridge, I can't cross it anymore. It's more or less exposed. So I'll have to go around. But, oh well, no problem. Now it's time to get the Packlite set up. This is it. That's all there is to it. Keep the bag aside. These are the two chambers. Inner chamber first. And the outer chamber next. Let's do a little bit more to the inner chamber. All right, this is all inflated. Now I just have to inflate the seat by mouth, and then we'll be all set. Okay. Everything is charged. When I say everything, the lithium battery didn't work, that charger, but the Mimo app wasn't good to offload some footage because I forgot my SD card. And yeah. The kayak paddles all set up. Let's head. Not sure where I would head right now. Maybe I make it to the prime spot first and then come back here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the full range and then I'll come back. Okay. Get in. All right. All good. I wasn't holding on to the Mamba itself, which was crazy. All right, paddle in, and everything is good. Okay, let us start paddling. And I said, at this tide, there's no way I can cross that ridge. So I'll have to go all the way out to there, and then back over to the other side. Okay. There's Raspberry South. Hopefully I'll go there at low. Mile lows has its benefits in terms of anchoring and, general navigation. But if you're relying on a pretty hefty load to make a crossing or something on foot, then a mile low, of course, is not great. But it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna have to go all the way over there, where the horizon is, and then turn back this way, but just on this side. These ridges, again, you could cross over at maybe an hour or two after high, but the rest of the 8 hours, you're SOL. All right, see how far I've come, but still plenty to go. Once I turn the ridge, I can let the wind carry myself, the wind and the current, but right now it is a slog. Almost there. I scared a couple of the gulls. Let's see, how far back did I leave the Mamba? Right, all the way over there. All right, still gotta go a little bit. I may be able to cut through these weeds a little bit. All right. Finally turning around this, the last rock, but it's not that easy. I gotta go over there and turn because this is nothing. It's just an illusory ledge outcropping. I have to cross and pass that rock. It's a little rougher here, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. I've done much worse. But as soon as I can cross that, then I can just stop rowing and let the wind and the current take me. All right, just a few more paddle strokes. Just a couple more. We're almost there. And then, all right, this is it. All right, you're free and clear. Yeah, gotta look for signs of damage. All right, now I can turn upstream and drift. That was quite the exercise. Decent landing spot. Let's get out. All right. Very nice. All good. so peaceful, so calm. All right, let's get everything out of the muck. And then we'll explore. All right, walked a little bit up, and I recall last year it was a high tide cycle when I was here, and actually I remember it quite well. I cut right across that ridge from the Mamba. The Mamba might have been very similarly anchored, and then so I cut across, and that must have been my landing spot. Again, it was a high tide cycle, so I had to pick a high enough spot. And then, yes, I believe it was in those brownish rocks, that area. And then I started making my way south, and now I recall this was all inundated. So this particular cove area, I tried to make it from the upland area. There's no trails. Came back out, sort of turned the corner over there, and then these white basalt rocks, I think, were my undoing. I had to climb up and then climb down over there. It was quite the challenge. Again, at low tide, it's completely different. So, yeah, completely different. I'm seeing some signs of storm damage already, but I haven't even really started looking. Yeah. If you think about it, this is the spot, the embarkation point, this or that, and I'm just shocked. There is quite a bit of evidence. Look at that. Those trees, more or less, everything is eroded down. You can see the entire root system. Yeah, it's kind of terrible. My back's a little iffy again, but anyway, I left my bag back there, and then just doing a little upland exploration, and then I'll hit the nice spots right at the end. Yeah, I remember this spot would be a little seagrassy area. Yep, there it is. Oh, look at this. Very nice. The log has been washed away. There was a massive log, or I think we even sat. And this is the waist of the island, if you remember. Yeah. I'm sure that the storm would have done a number here. That's the other side. Look at that root ball. Somehow deposited over there. All right, just climbed up on this ridge. And yeah, this is the thing about a plus 1 point something tide. On a normal tide, the water kind of goes all the way out to this narrowing area, but I think today it's not gonna. Even so, the head is completely done for. So, and again, this is the problem, right? You land on those shores. Again, you could cross over at high tide, across any of those submerged at high tide rocks in your boat. But if you happen to land on that side, which is the side you see when you're anchored, then to be able to just walk here I fell victim to it the very first visit because I had no idea about the layout of this island. But yeah, you have to eventually cross that fairly muddy seafloor. I mean, obviously you can't even cross it if it's high tide. Actually, there's a spot at the extreme head of the cove, but it's hard to get to that spot in the first place. Anyway, I think I did that once with Gobu. Anyway, this is great. Wonderful views. I can see the Packlite over there. Taking it all in. Back down. Pretty sure that's a dead end. Again, this preserve, there's not really any trails. There's, I think, some naturally cleared up areas that I hit last time. Ooh, be careful about ticks. All right, yep. This is a mini cove. Clearly, even at this moderate tide, it's completely dry, but then that's Great Yarmouth and the channel between them and a random bridge over there. Yeah, all good. All right, left the bag. Let's do a double tie to be more comfortable. Now, let's go to the prime spot. Yep, I'm going over. Yeah, this was so different last year. And I never came back after that. After my mishap with the climate. But yeah, all of this was, I don't think I could have rounded this. I think that's why I went inland and found a little bit of a trail, or clearing walkable away, but then it ended just about where the basalt rocks were. So that put paid to that. All right, rounding these basalt rocks again. Yeah, then I remember having to scoot down at the upper end of those because the water was almost up to the end, but there was a way to kind of, oh, I can see some erosion up there too. Yeah, look at that. All those exposed roots. The penultimate waste of the island. Yeah. I recall there was a ton of driftwood here. Some big logs and everything. It's all gone. Yep. That must be some aquaculture thing. Look at that driftwood log up there. Is that how high the tide went? That does look a little too high. Maybe it was deposited by wave action. And yeah, look. I think there were some plants here. But look, they've all been uprooted and it's been completely changed. Okay. Up on, yeah, I recall so much driftwood. In fact, it made, some of the logs made some really nice resting spots to grab lunch, and which I have to do, starving. But yeah, it's been all washed clean. All of that driftwood is gone. Yeah, it was a storm from there, the southwest, southeast, completely open, so not surprising. aka just Yarmouth. And then, yep, I can see the Elm Islands. The tree is actually still standing, which is remarkable and very special. That bent over tree maybe is a symbol of defiance. Well, there's one bit of log, not a very big one. And, yep. Oh, another one. This one's bigger, but shorter. All right, so there's a bit of driftwood washed up here. And within those trees. Yeah, this must have taken quite the beating. It's truly exposed. Maybe the Elm Island saved it a little bit, but also there was nothing for the height of the tide. Anyway. Let's go up here. Yeah, these basalt rocks. Last year, of course, this was it's very different at anything more than mid-tide actually looks very different, but this is what it is today. 3:04. So the tide, this is technically dead low at Potts Harbor. So, yeah. Had a nice, relaxing lunch. The wind's actually gone down again. Again, it's a beautiful day from a wind standpoint. If it were only a little sunnier, or a little more uniformly sunnier, it would have been perfect. But anyway, I will head back and explore the raspberries now. Back on the Packlite. I should have taken it slightly to deeper water before setting, but all good. The wind's actually even calmer than it was a few hours ago, and normally 3 o'clock should be peak wind. So, very fortunate today. All right. Have to go beyond those rocks over there, but can't see them, so have to go around like last time. This is actually definitely calmer than it was when I left, so it's a very, very pleasant surprise. Crossing the open part. There's a lobster boat over there. It's a bit of a bummer. There's some kind of construction or maybe shore restoration going on. And it's a Tuesday, so the sound of the tractor is very distracting. Takes away from the otherwise awesome peace and quiet. But, oh well, it is what it is. All right. Not sure what that is. Not quite a lobster boat, but some kind of fishing boat. Let me get out of the way of its wakes. It's coming, but I think if I'll be in the lee of those rocks, I'll be fine. Oh, there's the Mamba. But even with a very gentle breeze, I think I can stop rowing in a bit. Wow, there's a couple of helicopters going. Are they doing a medevac or something? All right, look at that glass calm water. I've mostly been just relaxing and not really rowing, letting the slow drift take me. It's 3:45. I'll make for the forward landing spot. I'm not sure if the isthmus is, I think it's passable, but barely. All right. It'd be good to just quickly come over to this side and then go right back. Just landed on this part of North Raspberry or Upper Raspberry. Let's put the kayak. I won't be here long, so just put it a couple of feet up. Let me take a quick peek at the isthmus and see what state that is in. Man, I was wrong. So at this tide, I don't know what was the situation at dead low, but look, there's a narrow band of water, so it's not possible to cross it without getting your feet wet. Yeah, it becomes bone dry under normal tides, but all right. It is what it is. I clambered down over from over there. Yeah, let's just, there's a tiny bit of current too. Ooh, the water's very warm. It's only about 3 inches of it. But, all right, I'm on this part of Little Yarmouth, but I cannot linger. I have to get out of here before the water rises too much. But back to being the slightest breeze. Let's actually see what this tidal situation even is right now. Right now it's 2.07. Rising at 0.83 an hour. So of course I don't have an hour. I have 10 minutes. But yeah, this is the very first time I think I came here. This is where I beached. Discovered the challenge with the ridge. I have beached here in subsequent times too. But honestly, the main attraction is that arm of the island. So, good sequence today. Okay, just hung out over at those rocks. There's a nice, very gentle breeze that started, so just hung out over those rocks for about 10 or 15 minutes. And yeah, even in this little time, you can see the difference. It's probably the tide's risen 3-4 more inches. Anyway, definitely still passable, comfortably passable, but Again, don't want to take too many chances. But yeah, look at the difference here. In just a few minutes. All right, back to safety. Oops, tons of crabs. All right, back to safety. And this is my spot to go up. Up to safety. This is just about the boundary, I think. The private versus public part. The preserve versus the privately owned part of Little Yarmouth. Remember that cottage. Looks pretty ramshackle. I think there's better houses up there, but this looks like some kind of a lobster thing. All right, now I'm back to safety, so I can take my time. Up on this side of Upper Raspberry. I don't think I've come here much, but speaking of storm damage and driftwood, look, this is somebody's jetty. That's, maybe it was over there, completely washed up. On the north end of North Raspberry finally, but it's been about 20 minutes, and the reason for that is, looks like memory was full again. And lesson learned. If you want to transfer to the phone, do it piecemeal. I did everything, which was 19 gigs. About 75% of the way in, it started complaining that there was a disconnection. So I got very confused. Anyway, doesn't matter. I think I've done it. I think this time I'm going to only do this. Anyway. I need to head back. I wasted about 15-20 minutes sitting here. I hope the kayak's fine. Anyway, just wanted to take this in. The first on the right, the first turn is the Bethel Point channel between the mainland and, of course, Yarmouth, Little Yarmouth, and Great Yarmouth, and then sort of straight ahead over there. That is that Quahog Bay entrance. So, sun's kind of coming in and out. Little breeze, but it's about time I head back. Okay. Yep, you can see the channel is a lot wider now, even in the last 30 minutes. Just hoping my kayak, I should just put it at the high tide line and not worry about it. Sometimes I still haven't learned. All right, it's in a good place. No problem. Plenty of room. I might pull it up a couple feet more. Why not? And then the question is, do I want to go South Raspberry? Nothing better to do. So why not? Okie dokie. I'm not sure how far I can go today. If memory serves, the middle part of the bridge is very tricky and more or less full low. Sometimes there's a little sandy patches there's some sandy patches that come out, and you have to go through that. Well, fat chance of that today. So, I don't know. Let's see. I'll go a little bit. I somehow doubt I'll be able to do the whole thing. But let's try our best. So I am on the last of the good rocks. And then, yep, now I remember. And I can see those sandy patches. But again, today, it's already, close to a +3 right now. There's just no way I can do it. And then do it and come back. All right, so South Raspberry will have to wait for another visit. Okay, about to head back to the boat. It's about 5:07. Yeah, look, it's about a 3.35 tide, and it certainly looks scary. Now, I just did this crossing, so I won't be, if I had to, I would do it, but I think it's about knee-high water now, but crossable, only for a little longer. This one was a little deeper water, so not as much faff. All right, the wind is now more like how it was when I came. Pretty far from for the course. All right, see you on the boat. All right, I'm here. Let's see how we want to get in. Okay, that's in there. Let's take the line. Make sure it's not tangled. And do a little tie up. You don't want to be separated from the boat without an oar. Now, let's dump this in. And now, it's your turn. This is really good when the pack is well inflated. If it's not, all right, all good. All right, up on the boat. Yeah, when this thing is well inflated, everything becomes much easier. Lesson, just make sure it's inflated nicely. Okay, it's a piece of cake. Everything, I just relaxed a lot, and it's 6:15 just passed, and I'm heading out. It was such a nice calm day that it's one of the rare occasions that I was able to take the anchor off and just, yeah. All right, bye-bye. Little Yarmouth, bye-bye raspberries. See you at the mooring. Much sunnier. Cribstone Bridge. It's nice and sunny now. But yeah, look, these are the temporary nuns and cans. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Going through the bridge. to port. And we're through. This view of the Cribstone, and just wonderfully calm today. We're home. Okay, let's get the mooring pennant. It's really calm, unbelievably calm. It was a wonderful day. Okay, all set. Grab the pennant, and it's so calm. This will be a piece of cake. The time is now 7:06. Really nice day of boating. And June boating is great because of the length of the day. All right. Good night.